today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. This one taken just in. And look at this. Right away, a loose football.
Fumble on the play.
But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Lock working out of the gun. This is the tight end Fant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
Now Lock, he lost the football. It's out. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3". So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good.
23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. They'll give it to Mixon. Shifts by him. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator and what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Their own 21-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Lock going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 5 yards.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown.
40 extra points.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
And the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
At the 38-yard line.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
40-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Broncos.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second and 6.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Pass complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Mixon on the toss right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now, always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now Locke on the bootleg. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Throwing on 1st down is Lock. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Lock. No escape for Lock, and he'll go down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete.
Yeah, baby.
20, 10, 5. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Joe Mixon.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They're off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever.
And that's caught inside the 35.
I'm only going to be able to carry it so far.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 73 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not.
Now Locke, he lost the football in town. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing the.
Now Locke, he lost the football in town. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now Joe Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon as the first half is winding down, and the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Dolphins.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So we are halfway home to figuring out who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it down, you punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. Shotgun snap to Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown.
On 40 extra points.
So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins defense, they get set to go here. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? They go jet sweep here with Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Throwing on 3rd and long. Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fan. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Boy, how good has his defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
No!
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. On is Hopkins now for the extra point.
And this is the kind of day a running back dreams of. They keep handing him the ball, and he keeps taking it in for touchdowns.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
A loss of 7 yards.
The Broncos send out their punter now. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. Miami set to take over. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
The Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. Mixon. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays.
Brings up 2nd and
the previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Powers through again. The 20. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 14-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now a toss coming right side. Akers. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Short kick. One of the up middle taken now. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. Now Rock, he lost the football. It's out. And the Dolphins have got it.
The quarterback set.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
The greatest show on earth, baby.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Broncos, nothing.
And the Broncos are going to get the football.
Kick.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, 45 yards. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that.
Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 61.
No more distractions. It's time to get this one started as here we go. Super Bowl 61 is underway. And he returns this to the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50, past the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 77 yards. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's first and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now the Dolphins, they're lining up to go for the 2-point conversion. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook.
The pass.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left, and he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play there for the Dolphins. 48 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to take. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
Recovered by the Vikings.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Dolphins from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Vikings.
And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change the momentum of the game.
After review of the play, the running on the
Here are the
field is
Vikings
reversed.
now to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out.
The pass.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
10 yards.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a run with Cook. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, Cook. Cook a first down and more. And finally brought down at the 43.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Vikings nothing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught on the right side at Smith. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick here is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
That catch was simply spectacular. These guys are athletic marvels nowadays, these receivers. The way they go up and get the football and to one-hand catch it the way they do, they really work at their game.
And the lead will grow by 1 more. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down. Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
On the ground is Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And now to the races down the right side. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings now heading onto the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And now it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. It's caught at the 10. That one good for 37 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 9-yard touchdown ground as his guys continue to pour it on.
On for the extra point.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Eddie Jackson.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the run, it's Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That's good.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 17 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And they take a knee. So it's halftime here on Sports. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. He's at the 40. 20, and he's all the way down to the 13-yard line.
That's good.
A big play there out of Cook. 62 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run, Cook, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The ball carrier.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to get a score back.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point safely through. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. Mixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That's good.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Dolphins. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Hey, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines, these extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Chop that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Akers. They try and run. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. 4th and goal, Charles. All the time you see those offenses, especially the quarterback, the running back, looking over the sideline saying, don't send the kicker out. There they did it, and it paid off.
It's really nice to see what they wanted actually done, and how about the coaches getting their faith rewarded by a touchdown.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And he's got Walters. Big catch. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as it's a foot race.
I'm going to show you, man.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory. Bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Dolphins have got it.
Jerome Baker.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks him. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
3rd down.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is...
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble on the play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he's going to go down again.
The quarterback is sacked.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Short throw to Smith. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Justin Jefferson, incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the